Today, I want to talk about what you should be prepared to pay for business financing at any given point in time.
As a business financing consultant, my role in helping business owners and managers locate and secure business financing is to focus on what are both the most relevant and attainable sources of capital available to them in the time they have to work with. The cost of money is always going to be relevant to risk and supply for any business at any given point in time, which basically means that the money and its related cost that can be available for what you want to do today can be very different from what may be available in the future or what was available in the past. I bring this up because of the confusion that constantly gets created by different providers of capital, each living in their own corner of the market, explaining to business owners what cost of capital they should or should not be paying. But if you're under any type of time constraint where you're trying to close a transaction, have an opportunity to expand sales, or need capital for some purpose, where failure to do so by some time will incur incremental operating costs, then part of the criteria for considering different money suppliers involves determining when the cost of money is less than or equal to the cost of the opportunity, transaction, or operating cost. Because business financing can be difficult to secure at times, especially when you're talking about larger amounts, sometimes the cheapest form of money is not the best target, even if you can qualify for it. Relevance and availability is about zeroing in on the best likely money supply source at a given moment for a given purpose. Business financing, regardless of cost, is not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Too often, business owners will spend months and sometimes years searching for the cheapest source of money because they have been brainwashed to believe it's the only thing that's relevant to them. To be clear, the cost of money is extremely relevant, but it's not the only consideration. In the meantime, while they are looking and searching, they are likely foregoing some opportunity that could have been making the money, potentially far in excess of any incremental cost of capital they may have had to incur to get the business financing in place sooner. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for low-cost financing. The more of it, the better, provided it properly fits into the intended application. But, and it's a big but, the circumstances and timing have to be right to go after it. Otherwise, opportunity cost outweighs, number one, the time it takes to secure the best rates in the market, and number two, the restrictive conditions and covenants that can accompany lower cost financing. If you can't operate on anything other than the cheapest forms of money available, then so be it. That will be a limiting factor going forward for sure. The most cost-effective sources of money that exist at any given point of time are the financing options you can secure with terms and conditions that you're prepared to accept and get funded in the time you have to work with, where the cost of capital is going to be less than or equal to the incremental economic return you can expect to generate from investing more money in your business. The notion that you should only consider money sources that fall into a certain snack bracket when it comes to cost can be highly limiting. A good business owner or manager understands this and utilizes sources of capital that allow him or her to take advantage of opportunities that make a profit. Sometimes the net margin will be more and sometimes it'll be less. But without incremental capital, the margin available is zero, regardless of the cost of money.
It's always important to remember that the cost of capital should always be relative to the opportunity cost of what you're trying to accomplish in the time you have to work with. If you have a business financing problem, challenge, or requirement that you need help trying to solve, then I suggest you give me a call or send me a note at the contact information at the end of this video. I look forward to speaking with you. Take care.